Nixxes Software, Nixxes, Nixxes Software, joins PlayStation Studios. Alright, this news comes to us from PS3.com, and we start off with saying Herman Hulst announced on Twitter and in a press release that Dutch studio Nixxes Software has joined PlayStation Studios, making it the newest studio owned by Sony, and also paving the way for more PC ports and remasters. Alright, the developer who has pretty much exclusively worked with Square Enix in the past, is responsible for the PC versions of games like Shadow of the Tomb Raider, Deus Ex: Mankind Divided, and helped develop Marvel's Avengers. This is one of the most interesting acquisitions from Sony and potentially paves the way for more PC ports of its games, both old and new, maybe even releasing closer to their release dates on the PS5 and PS4 systems. It also comes as Sony has reportedly bought Bluepoint Games, which we have not been able to confirm yet here at Crossroads, so don't hold us to that. Which is a studio focused on remasters and remakes. With the Nixxes acquisition, this could help alleviate some of that responsibility from Bluepoint, Sony's other studios, and Sony's internal XDev development teams, which you all know XDev is now like a global thing and not just a European/Japanese thing now.
Mm-hmm.
XDev development teams as they focus on full remakes or new IPs. Excuse me. Thoughts on this acquisition and the potential that it brings for Sony? Ed, go first. What's your thoughts on this?
So I think they're trying to do the same thing as Microsoft, where when they release their games on console, they'll also release the PC version. So this with this acquisition for Sony, which is good, they could release games that come out on PS5 and on PC at the same time. This kind of ends the first party exclusive deal, because now it's going to be on two different platforms. So like I always say, that it's going to be a first party thing. I'm excited that they able to do this. It gets more people to play a lot of their games. So sales that don't happen on the console, they'll get more sales of that game on PC. Kind of look at Horizon Zero Dawn. That even though it did 10 million, it did a lot of sales on PC. Even with Death Stranding, when it didn't sell on PS4, it did a lot of sales on PC. So this is a good strategy for Sony, that they'll be able to have a lot of their first party titles be on PC. And then if it helps them with sales of games, then hey, that's good for them. And like I said, the Microsoft thing, if they could get games out along with the PS5 and PS4 version on day one, that's a good thing for Sony.
Justin, what say you? What are your thoughts on this acquisition and the potential it brings for Sony?
So I think you got multiple questions on this, so I'm gonna kind of combine them to one. But because I know that we've talked about it before, at least I was on once before, but I know it's been a topic of contention, at least amongst
You're talking about when we mentioned the Uncharted 4 coming to PC.
Yeah, that
and the possibility of Ratchet and Clank. I started a shitstorm on my YouTube, by the way, with that one. God, that was one of the very first YouTube shows that I actually got negative comments on and thumbs downs.
Wow.
Yeah, people are upset about the possibility of a PS5 game coming out on the PC. I'm like, it's ridiculous. Like, you guys already know my stance about as far as all this goes. It's like, if the games come out on more platforms, then we, the gamers, win. We win, because not everybody can afford a $500-600 system like the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. Not everybody can drop $2,000+ into a gaming PC like I have. Some people can only be comfortable spending like $200 for the Series S. Some people are barely comfortable spending $300 for the Nintendo Switch, and God forbid, like the Nintendo Switch OLED is going to be $350. Go ahead though, Justin. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to railroad your answer. I'm sorry.
No, I'll go point. So to that point, you don't really have to be an intelligence analyst or anything, but the acquisition very definitively points to the possibility of that direction, that they at least going forward, want to have this possibility to bring it to more consumers, again, for increased sales, for an increase in outreach, because obviously if they draw people that maybe weren't PlayStation owners before, maybe they'll get more PlayStation sales, or at the very least they've got more game sales. So it's a win-win for Sony either way. And not to mention the fact that it also alleviates some of the workload for Bluepoint and some of those other studios to focus on other things, in the future. So, I mean, I think whether people like it or not, it's trending like it's going to happen, that they're going to be on PC. So just embrace it.
Yeah. Gamers are weird, because like they want remakes, but then they don't want remakes. And they want the games to be available in more places, and then they don't want the games to be available in more places. And I just don't understand it. I mean, I'm trying to think. Maybe back when I was young, like in my teens, playing video games and stuff. Maybe then I had that that tribalism towards like, oh, Nintendo games should only be on Nintendo consoles. Like Microsoft games should only be on Microsoft systems. Sony games should only be on Sony systems. But my God, like unless you're filthy rich or financially irresponsible and stuff like that, like nobody's got the money to be spending all on all these devices just to play games. No, I mean nobody, and still be able to keep their families intact, keep their lights on and stuff. Well, you gotta keep your lights on, or you can't play your video games. Austin, how about you? What say you about all this?
I won't say too long on this, but I'm in complete agreement with everyone else here. This is definitely directed at trying to get all these games on PC. That's clearly a market that they want to keep tapping into, and this is a good thing. I mean, we've been in total agreement on this, that this is a good thing. We want PlayStation and PC gamers to be able to play the same games and to love the same games. I hope that this adds to their team enough where maybe we get some PS3 ports over to PS4, 5, or PC, but that's wishful thinking on my part.
This guy wants that Resistance collection. Yeah. I know he does. That's why you alluded to that.
Look, me and Austin is in agreement. I want the Resistance collection. I want it.
I want this Jack and Daxter, Infamous. Ooh. Yes.
Infamous one. Yeah, I'll take Infamous 2 remake. Or HD.
No, you gotta have both of them, because both of the stories are definitely intertwined.
2 was so good though.
2 is the well,
2 is good.
2 is I want to say 2 is the best, but I love Festival of Blood. I love it.
Oh yeah, Festival of Blood is on point. That's the itch.
Okay, the only thing I'm going to add to this conversation is, I don't know, like I feel like either people don't pay attention to the news, or they just ignore stuff, because there's a reason why Sony sunk nearly $3 million investment into Epic Games. Now remember, Epic Games and the Epic Games Store, that's PC. Guys, like pay attention. Like your PlayStation games are going to eventually be on the PC. And I don't know why everybody's all bent out of shape about this stuff. Hey, if you wind up making more new friends that love PlayStation IPs and stuff like that, you win.
They don't see it that way. They think it's because of it comes to PlayStation 5, it's an exclusive. It's only belongs to their console, but they feel like it belongs to them, and they don't want no one.
I want to say, Austin, you and I got an idea about PlayStation 5 exclusives pretty fast when we heard Horizon Forbidden West was going to be on PS4, right?
Oh, yeah.
We fell in love with that idea real fast.